So I'm talking about a freeze. It's a meeting muter gadget. Let me set the stage. We all take meetings from home, and at least my partner takes meetings in all time zones. So sometimes it is 8 o'clock in the morning when the kids are busy. Sometimes it is at night. So we have to be careful around the house. We can't shout, but obviously, when in typical, if you have to get her attention, you go behind the screens, wave your hand, then she will look at the window. Is a zoom button on the on the front, or is it some other window on the side? She will look if it is unmuted, and then she'll mute it. But you simply want to say, "Hey, dinner is ready," or the kid, or you want to scream at the kid, get out of the bathroom, So it's something you want to scream. So. Obviously, we expect it to happen, and then usually I embarrass the meeting by saying something, and people heard and all that stuff. There are existing solutions out there. People have made gadgets that are mute button, where you have tied it to your, you have the button tied to your laptop, and press a button, you'll mute. The problem with that is that most of these gadgets are acting as a keyboard, and they send a shortcut to your Mac. So if you're sending Control-Shift-M, it'll toggle the mute. So you could be doing no more damage by pressing the button. She might already be muted, and then I'm unmuting it. Right? So a better solution is to have an agent running on the Mac and have a Bluetooth gadget that the family member can control. So if she's on the laptop, she's on the Mac, a kid can come in and press a button, mute, say something, and disappear. Obviously, it doesn't work in all situations. You got to get used to working with that. But plus, it'll be fun to develop something like that using Go. You can develop a gadget using one of the Arduinos, having a button to press that acts as a peripheral. And then the Mac will have an agent that will accept the mute request, do the mute, and confirm back. Plus, it is fun to play with Go. OK. Now that we said we wanted to make an Arduino gadget, the first thing you will do is use C, right? But again, I don't need to tell you why writing in Go is better than writing in C, because most of these things need multitasking. So you have to look at manage LEDs, look at if the button has been pressed, manage the Bluetooth communication. All of them require multitasking. And to do it in C, it's going to look a bit ugly, right? You have if, then else loops going through all that stuff. TinyGo, on the other hand, allows Go routines and channels. So you can have an LED manager, which will accept colors through a channel and manage the LEDs, while at the same time, the rest of your code is dealing with buttons and all that stuff. OK. Bluetooth basics. So the way the Go Bluetooth library can be used on the Mac as well as on TinyGo. They have very similar APIs, except TinyGo has using underlying Arduino controls. The way you advertise your normally when you use a Bluetooth device, you use something like a watch and you pair your device. There's a whole lot of going on. Here we are at the very raw level. The Bluetooth protocol doesn't give you any pairing concept. That's all application level. The only thing the Bluetooth protocol gives you is that the gadget can advertise, saying, OK, I am freeze control this gadget. So the corresponding software that you have in the Mac will recognize, oh, that's a gadget that I compatible with me, and I'll connect to it. And once you connect, you get Bluetooth stack gives you certain mechanism to share data. You either get notification when incoming data comes in, or you can actually write data with corresponding API. OK. So the demo that I'm going to show you has all these 6, 7, 8 steps. There's advertising, scanning, connect, then entering standby, which means that the button is ready to be used. And then we press the mute button. It's going to send a mute request to the Mac, mute, and then confirm that it is muted, come back, and send a confirmation so that you can actually now talk. But it goes very fast, so you may not know that there's all these steps going on. Okay, I will play. So here we do two things. One is take the TinyGo side of the app and flash it onto a circuit Bluefruit Arduino. The flashing is done when the green light is lit. Then now it is ready to be paired with any Mac, for any app, any PC. On the other side, I run the Mac side agent, which will now pair. That's the white light, white LED. Now it is ready to be used as a mute button. So this is how it will be there in the steady state. In order to, sorry. Oops. I forwarded the. In order to show how it works, I have, because I cannot show like a mute in a Zoom call, I am playing a music on the Mac, recording it in voice recorder, and then mute will, you can see that working. So press play. Hope we can get the audio. So imagine this to being the conversation. And I press the mute. This is a point the Mac wouldn't hear anything. This is a point where you shout, hey, you know, your family member is shouting and doing something, asking, screaming at the kids, and it will automatically release itself in 10 seconds. Now you're back